Good evening, John Augustine back again. How are you this evening? How are you today? Let's talk. It's always good to talk, isn't it? Can't go around with your mouth closed. Maybe whistle. But oftentimes you whistle for a dog if you have a dog. But I haven't got a dog because of the cold places here, there, and yonder. And so dogs is not something you be tied. And so off we go when I want to go because they would COVID knock me up because I did go places, but honest to God, this business of all people wearing masks, and if you went to the supermarket, you had to put it on anyway because it seemed to be the order, but it's a queer way to go on the boot, wasn't it? You couldn't recognise anybody with this mask on them. So they might hello to you and you didn't know who they were. Did you have that problem? Anyway, it's over now, and I wouldn't wear a mask again if no matter what they come up with, because I think it was a control mechanism to control what to go do, and what people would fall for. Yes, sorry, and vaccines and this, that, and the other. You'd be getting vaccines and you were blue in the face, and some people had an adverse effect on them. A lot of people died as a result of it. So they didn't publicise that too much, but the drug companies, which was a very peculiar thing, issued some kind of a statement that they weren't accepting any responsibility for any effects that it might have, bad effects. And that was a very strange thing to do. Shouldn't be allowed to do that. People are entitled to some kind of compensation if they suffer grievously, and some did, and still suffer. You don't hear about them. They're silenced. And there's a lot of things that they're doing in various countries that they've no right to be doing, killing the innocent and stuff like that, and the vulnerable. Or just making it legal. It's not legal to kill people. My way of thinking, it's like barbaric or barbarian, like what the barbarians might do. People that have no respect for life or anything. So they're practically barbarians. And they weren't too hot in their time, sure they weren't. Anyways, there was a peculiar day. This morning I looked at the temperature. The 6th of June was 10 degrees. Then it warmed up a bit. It was 11 degrees. Did you ever hear the like? You'd be frizz. And so I had a coffee with or not coffee, tea. I don't be drinking coffee now much. Tea and the biggie and the biscuit, one of these things, choc yolks, and they take off the paper and you have a. And so we had a good chat and the usual, and did one or two the time of day and now and there and all the rest of it. And so it was kind of nice to be in, and you weren't cold because I had to bring on an overcoat and put a scarf. Oh dear, it was perished. You'd have to be doing this if you were in the boarding school because it used to be perished there. But funny how June is so cold. Chilly for June, as they used to say years ago. So I was going to cut the grass, and I said I'd have my. I did a bit of exercise, a bit of physio, and then I says I'd have something to eat, because I was up early for some reason. Oh yeah, I was meeting my friend at 11:30, and I'd like to have to do a few videos in the morning, and then I'd like to do the Holy Rosary, and then the Station of the Cross in my little book that I have, with the Station of the Cross and pictures, and I do that, and that takes a little bit of time. And then I was able to do the Chapel of Mercy before I went down. And I was in time, I was just in, and my friend came in shortly after. And bid one or two there that I know, ladies, and be having a drink there, and very nice they are. And bid them the time of day, or bid them, give them a nice greeting. because it's a good thing to do, isn't it? So, anyways, I couldn't cut the grass because the next thing is I looked out at it, it wasn't raining. So it was that kind of a day. So there's no point in doing the thing when the grass is wet. And you don't feel like doing it in the evening now at this stage because you want to wind down, don't you? Take it handy. Handy Andy. Did we hear that expression? So there you are. And what class of a day did you have? To be able to do anything? Or, of course, if you're younger and working, well, then it's all the same. You're indoors anyway. You're not going to be out. And you might have a window that you can look out and see the world go by. Or you might be at somewhere where you see nothing on the wall in front of you, whatever it is. A few photographs on the desk. And, yeah, it can be very actually boring in some way because I did work in the rhythm in my early years uh, in an office, but I worked the first one I did in the garage and it was very jolly. And I was able to be in and out and all the rest, but I wasn't just stuck. And I answered the phone, so that was more the switchboard, about 3 lines, and hello, and greeted them friendly, and I didn't leave them hanging on. I dealt with things fairly fast, and I did the filing. So if anybody was looking for anything, I was able to put my hands on it, and they had it straight away. There was no sort of you could tuck to it like a duck to water. So this is it. But then when went to London for a few years, I worked in an office and in the television and upstairs, then the sixth floor. And it was more interesting. I had to go to various places to get the outside broadcast, what the charge was, and so on and so forth. And my boss man went abroad. There was a refugee, he was gone for a few months, so I had to hold the fort, do all the work that he'd be doing, and along with whatever I might be doing. So I was busy enough, and then I'd be going here, there, and yonder. So I wasn't stuck to the desk. It was on the sixth floor. I started on the second, but up to the sixth I went, where all the producers and directors and script writers and all, they were all jolly sort of lads. A couple of serious fellas next door. They were feature writers or something. There was the Honourable Desmond Guinness. He became the Earl of Gowrie, I think, after that. And then there was another man, they were kind of serious types. And then the head of features was next door. And he was all right. And one the time I was there in 1960, there was draws for the Derby, and it was 5 shillings, which was a bit of money that time. And I got it, and I drew Saint Paddy, and I wasn't too keen on that because I never liked anybody calling me Paddy. I happened to do that in London. There, thick as double ditches. And well, let them have it. Anybody that did that, especially in work, but outside it didn't matter because I wasn't working with them. Certainly not in work, and nobody did. And we got St. Paddy, and then we all went into the feature office, and St. Paddy won. It was in the corner, VIP suddenly, and I got a nice few quid, as much as 3 weeks' wages in all the ones that was in it because there was a good few horses. But St. Paddy won. Yours truly. So it was done very nicely. Thank you very much. I was your father that time. So that's just a little digression. We digress sometimes and we remember little episodes that went before because the longer you live, the more experience you have. So a big adieu because I could talk longer than this, but I have more to say tomorrow. Bye now.